The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
My head is killing me. Off to a great start, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Department of BS from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. My name is Dan Cruz. This is Seahawks Sessions. I look terrible.
No, not at all.
I look like I just woke up, rolled out of bed. Anyway, Dustin's here from the capital region of Albany, New York. Also part of No Credentials Required. This could be a rough show. I can already feel it.
No, we're gonna
power through.
Yeah, we're gonna get it going. I got you.
Oh, I know. I expect you to carry a bunch of the load here today, but here we go. Kevin's not here.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes day jobs interfere. That's what happens.
He's with us in spirit. What are you?
He always is. Yes.
Thankfully.
Yes.
You can follow the show wherever you get your podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. Clips of the show at TikTok at Stanya Smooth on TikTok, and also on the Time to BS YouTube page. Also, support other Belly Up shows like the aforementioned No Credentials Required, the Sports Stove with Vince Stover, and others. And don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the show. Engage in the comments if you're joining live, and be nice. Also, we will be taking your comments and questions throughout the show in various breaks because we can. Because why not? So engage in the comments, people.
Yeah.
Be respectful, of course, because, family show.
Yes. Comments help the show go, though. So if you got something to say, talk about it. It doesn't have to be just about Seahawks. It could be about food. It could be about anything because you never know.
Could be about movies.
Yes, that is true.
Could be about movies. You never know. Just be respectful for the love of God. So the title of the episode has pretty much given it away. I have had that wow. Just wow, I can't seem to speak today, Dustin.
Starts a conversation like that. I just sat down.
Punch your tickets.
Oh.
It's in full force. Oh, God.
I hear it. You gonna make it, man?
I'm gonna make it. I'll figure this out.
Do you have to do what Tom Brady said to Matthew Stafford when that video of Matt Stafford was going around after the Rams won the Super Bowl that one year? And Matthew Stafford, he was just getting after it. There was footage of him really getting after it. And Tom Brady just tweeted, he's like, "Hey, Matt, work in some waters."
Oh, my God. I have coffee, so that's good.
Oh, the coffee will do it. Coffee. Hopefully that's Invader in your cup.
Not sponsored yet, but we'll get to that down the road eventually. But I've had a very interesting week. So I mentioned in the green room, Dustin, how I obtained a desk.
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
Context be key here. So I have a 4-foot-long desk currently. Mm-hmm. As of right now, currently, I have a 4-foot wide desk. No big deal. It fits great.
Yeah.
For what I have. It was my birthday this past Friday, so it was a bit of like hey, I want to be able to treat myself to a nice desk because I've been wanting to do something with a corner desk and just fit it in a corner somewhere, and not too big, not too small. But the problem is I bought this desk from Facebook Marketplace for $50.
Okay.
It was a $500 desk.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So bit of a discount there. Bit of a
discount indeed. So I bought the desk. A buddy of mine and myself were putting this thing together, and then it took 2 days for me to realize, oh, God, this doesn't fit.
Oh, no.
So I was a little annoyed. And
I don't blame you. You said it was like an L shape, right?
It was an L-shaped corner desk. It was like tucked in the corner over there because the whole purpose of this desk setup is to, the corner desk was to create more room.
Yeah.
And obviously have, the Roadcaster, the big TV, the computer, all my other stuff in this corner.
Mhm.
And it was going to work. It was going to work. The problem was it didn't. And I was a very annoyed individual.
Okay, but question for you though, and is this could have contributed to the title of why the show is the title the way it is, but are you going to save the desk though? Because you may soon have another space to use it.
Well, I thought about it.
Oh no! Did you dumpster it? Did you put it out?
So let me put this in proper context. I was too annoyed. I was really annoyed.
All right, yeah. So you were heated.
It was 2:00 in the morning that I did this, and I was so annoyed. I'm like, I don't want to think about this desk. I don't want to think about it. I just want it out of my sight.
Yeah.
So I tossed it. I was so annoyed.
Oh man.
My fiance was like, "Why didn't you keep it?" I said, "Because," and this is a very valid excuse, I don't want to think about anything in terms of moving furniture or anything to do with furniture for the next 6 or 8 months. I just want to enjoy everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Till we move in, and then I can start thinking about furniture. Until then, I am sorry, but screw off.
Yeah, I mean, it's valid. That's valid, man. Because you got a process coming up. You got to savor this process because everybody says. I mean, I don't know about it because I'm still #Sangle out here, but you got to enjoy the process because from everything I've heard, once you get to a certain point, it's a lot of setup, and then it's a blur, and next thing you know, you're there. So you gotta savor it, take the small moments. I get it. And you're trying to reduce stress right now. So I get it. And you were blinded with rage about the desk situation.
I wasn't even blinded with rage. I was just annoyed.
Yeah. Well, yes.
It's just it's an annoying inconvenience. I'm like, why? Why did you do this to me now?
Yeah. Well, okay. So you found a $50 heck of a deal Facebook Marketplace desk. If you did it once, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do it again. So if there's a consolation, maybe maybe it's fate. Maybe it's fate because maybe when you get your new place, you move in, you're sitting there, you're browsing Facebook one day, and then you find the desk, the very same, and you say, "Shall we try this again?"
One of these days we will.
Yeah.
Delightful. It's a delightful time.
So, but I do have a question for you because I mean the BS train has already left the station. The BS Express.
Yeah,
already there.
It's already there.
So you usually say, get your cocktails, get your no seatbelts because they won't fit. But
this will be fun.
In light of it, what is so we talked in the Patreon exclusive Green Room, time to BS, subscribe. We talked in that Green Room that about the drink that caused the state of the title. But what is your go-to cocktail? If you had to pick a signature drink, and I'm not saying that you got to create one, but if you had one cocktail to rule them all, if Frodo Baggins came to you and he said you could only pick one cocktail, the rest are going in the fires of Mount Doom, what are you picking? Because I have my answer.
Third Jack Honey, third Ginger Ale, and a third Arnold Palmer.
All right, I would try that. That sounds
It's delicious.
And it's good for all seasons,
Yes.
It's good for all seasons.
Yes, it's delightful. Mm-hmm. I didn't drink that tonight. I had Jameson Ginger Ale. The problem is I drank it too fast.
Yeah. It'll sneak up on you.
It did.
That's
why it did.
That's why you got to watch them. That's why you got to watch them. But, mine is an old fashioned. I love an old fashioned.
That's a good one.
Don't muddle the cherries in it. Don't be doing that. Nope. I take my old fashioned cues from Master bartender Eric Castro. He had a bar in San Diego called Polite Provisions, and he had, I think, a burger place in New York City. I don't know if either of those places are still around. Hopefully they are. Hope you're doing well, Master Bartender Eric Castro. Shout out to Kind of Funny. They introduced me to him and his greatness. But Old Fashioned is my go-to cocktail. But in the winter, when the weather starts to get a little colder, as you can feel it, it's happening.
Oh, it
It's
feels
happening
great.
in the great state of New York. I like to get after it with a couple of White Russians, man. White
That's
Russians.
not a bad idea, though.
I love those.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So those are I cheated everybody, but I technically chose two. But if I had to pick one, Old Fashioned wins.
Now, if you had depending on the day, or depending on the day that you've had,
Okay.
how strong of a drink do you go?
If
Because I know mine.
yeah, if I had like a real bad day, I won't even try to like make the Old Fashioned. I'll take one of my best bourbons, one of my best whiskeys, and I'll just drink it neat, man.
That's smart.
I'll nurse it though. I'll nurse it, and maybe
Yeah.
I'll, if the weather's nice, I'll get a cigar to accompany it because I need to decompress. I'll get an album, which I will have a track for the jukebox later, but I'll get an album. I'll put headphones on. I'll go out to my back patio, light up a cigar, straight bourbon and or whiskey and or rye. I prefer ryes, but that's how I decompress. If my day's really bothering me, that's what I'll do.
Where's Jackson when you need him the most? He'd be perfect for this.
Okay.
He'd be perfect for this.
He was, I'm telling you, and this is no shade to him. I would love to have him back on the show at any time, but I was so intimidated. Like when he started bringing the knowledge that he had, I was like a deer in headlights, and then
you're like, oh no.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh man, I don't have it like this guy's got it.
Your brain just went. Your brain just stopped.
Yeah, but we should have him back on the show, like maybe talk favorite cigars or something, or if the Seahawks make a big move at the trading deadline, maybe we will do that.
I did a BS sessions with him forever ago, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was genuinely awesome.
Yeah, I got to go back in the archives and find that one.
I'll send it to you when I get I'll send it to you right now. Give me a second to go find it.
Live on the show. Kevin with us in spirit, of course.
Yeah, Kevin's here.
Kevin. Hey, Kevin. And we know you're out there. We hope that you're making it through. But you know what? On the way home, stop by a Chili's, grab yourself a quesadilla. You're going to have a good time.
I hate you right now. Fine. You know what? I am a strong, independent man.
Yeah.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the up.
Oh, man. But Kevin says he didn't hear the BS train.
Hey, it was played. It was
played right at the beginning, but he probably came in just a touch late. But
late.
He has other priorities right now. He's a multitasking man.
That's true. Kevin's probably the busiest individual in Belly Up.
I'll tell you, I'm the underachiever of both the shows I'm on, because you, Kevin, and Ryan are all busy men. I just come and do what I do. I mean, I do prep for the shows.
Dustin's the kind of person. It's like, I'm just sitting here. There's a Spider-Man meme. There's a Spider-Man meme where he's just sitting behind the desk. That's Dustin.
Yeah,
Spider-Man from the 80s.
I mean, I do prep for the shows, but I mean, you all are doing a lot. Kevin's writing articles. Ryan's got articles out. You got multiple shows. Ryan's got, I don't know how he does all that.
I don't know how he has free time.
Yeah, no, he's done guest appearances on other shows. He's got multiple shows that he's a regular contributor on. He's got, last year he did the 3 Rails Metro Hockey podcast with you. He's always doing something. And
God.
sir, you had to trim your own lineup of shows because you're
Yeah.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
many.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
And right now I'm not doing it. Kevin was on. He's got his shows with Vince. He's got the show, the show with us. He's been a guest on No Creds a bunch. He was a contributor for the summer for baseball. Kevin's a busy man.
This he is. This he is, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I'll ever hear the end of Chili's. No, you will not.
Kevin, this is your cross to bear. I'm sorry.
Listen, Kevin.
Yeah.
If I have to get an earful about the goldfish and raisins discussion, you're going to get an earful about Chili's.
I'm sorry
It's
that I ever.
fine.
That was one of my Hall of Fame moments when Brett brought that up to you. I was like,
so funny.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I want to smack him anyway. We have a show to do, ladies and gentlemen. So we will get to Seahawks discussions in a matter of moments. But as we do know, Dustin, is this show free?
It is not.
All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after a word from our friends over at Candidips. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast here to tell you guys about Candidips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Candidips CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadipsCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadipsCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canadips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Use the promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off your order at Candidips.com. Thanks to our friends over at Candidips for sponsoring Belly Up Sports, Belly Up Media, and this podcast. And also other podcasts because, can't leave them out of this. Anyway, Dustin, we have a game to review because the last time we recorded, it was pre-Jacksonville?
No, we recorded post-Jacksonville, the post-game show.
No, the Seahawks. I know the post-game show, but like the actual this show.
Oh, yeah. Seahawks Sessions, the last episode was pre-Jacksonville, yes.
So the Seahawks were in Jacksonville last Sunday in what I thought was their best defensive game of the year. Seattle won 20-12 in essentially a defensive beatdown of the Jaguars. And that's not a bad team.
No. The Jags are probably one of the more surprising teams in the NFL this year because I don't think anybody saw their defense being as decent as it is and their running game. There were rumors. People didn't know whether Travis. I keep doing that because his brother's on Carolina. Travis Etienne was still going to be with the team this season, and Etienne's proven they need him there. He's been very good. But yeah, the Seahawks. I mean, the score, like you said on the post-game show, Dan, the score was kind of misleading here. They were able to sack Trevor Lawrence a lot, and that, to me, was the difference in the game. What was it, 7 sacks they had, I think?
7 sacks, yes.
Yeah.
First time they've had 7 sacks in a season since last year. I guess the Bears.
Yeah, that
which
was
is funny in retrospect.
It is, because on the post-game show, I'm like, I can't remember the last time. Then we looked it up. And it was, in fact, I forgot about that Giants game. I forgot.
Oh, my God.
The Giants game from a couple of years ago, they really sacked Daniel Jones. And then, it was a great game. And, Jackson Smith-Njigba continues to amaze. And I said it on the post-game show. I've talked about him a lot this week. He was my best performance on Tuesday's episode of NCR. Go check it out if you haven't. But I just can't say enough things. And you were right. I was wrong. I thought his game was going to slip a little bit because I thought part of the reason he was getting so open last year was because DK was on the other side, and DK commands double teams. And as much as people want to throw hate on DK, it's not looking like a bad acquisition for the Steelers, although we'll get to what happened to the Steelers later in the show.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, I mean, JSN has been unbelievable, and he is the reason I think that a lot of people are not focusing on, let's call it what it is. The biggest weakness on a Seahawks team that is better than I think a lot of people thought it was going to be is the run game. It is
Yeah.
the run game, and JSN's performance is helping mask that a little bit. There's clearly a connection between he and one Sam Darnold for sure.
He's been awesome. I think he's on pace to shatter the single season receiving record for a Seahawk receiver. I think he's on pace to shatter it.
He is on pace as of Tuesday's recording of No Credentials Required. He led the NFL in receiving yards.
And Puka's hurt.
Yeah, at 696 through 6 games. So I am not a mathematician, but even I know that's over 100 yards per game he's averaging.
Yeah.
Now,
Crazy.
I think he will come back to earth a little bit because people are going to start trying to shut him down. Defenses will key in on him. He will command double teams. He will. So maybe this means a bit of a launch for Cooper Kupp. Who knows? We can only hope.
Or Torrey Horton.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Torrey Horton. Yes. And I read that they released a receiver from the practice squad today who his name escapes me.
His name escapes me too.
Maybe they're going to, we're going to talk about some potential trade targets later in the show. Maybe a receiver gets there. Who knows? But the running game has been the biggest surprise of the season for me so far because I thought it was going to be better than this. I thought
so too. I really thought so too. I'm not gonna lie, but it was nice to see that. By the way, the Seattle Seahawks, as currently recording right now, have number 1 ranked defense in football.
Ooh, man!
If you were to tell me 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even that the Seahawks have a new head coach, same GM, new quarterback, and the number 1 ranked defensive football, I would have told you to politely be quiet.
Yeah.
Because because to cut you off, we were all expecting Pete to stay for another year.
Yep.
His last year in Seattle. We were all expecting it. And then Jody made the call. The owner, Jody Allen, made the call and said, we're moving on. We're moving on. Yep. And the Seattle media was caught off guard, but a lot of the fans were expecting it to happen because of how bad the defense was for so long. And it felt like a decade of just mediocrity on defense. It seems like the turnaround has been overnight.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say I have been shocked at how fast Coach McDonald has been able to really build the defense and swap pieces in and out. They were not afraid to make changes to the roster. They kept, some of John and Pete's draft picks are still key pieces on these defenses, especially that last season that Pete was in Seattle. So you got to give some credit where credit is due, but you are correct. Pete's identity as a defensive head coach, and especially probably easily the last 6 years of his tenure, the defenses were not where they were early in his career. And Mike McDonald has kind of brought that defensive cachet back to Seattle. But we didn't think, I remember you and I believe Kevin, because I believe Kevin was on the show at that point. I believe we were all talking that, okay, in a couple of years, Seattle's going to have a top 10 defense. What, they finished 13th last year?
They finished 14th last year.
14th. Okay. So they were just outside. And I think we all said, okay, couple more years, we're going to have a top 10 defense. It's already happened. We got
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. It's great to see. Not only do they have the number 1 ranked defensive football, they have a top 5 offense.
Yeah, which this is where you have to take your hat off. Whether you think John Schneider deserves full credit for this or not, right now, and I hate to do this, but because of how Geno is doing. Now, I will acknowledge they were close. They were reportedly close on a contract in Seattle, so you never know. You never know what could have happened. But the Sam Darnold decision right now looks like a
genius.
Like a straight. And you know what? It's the same credit that we had to give when Geno took over for Russ. That you know, like when Geno had that run, it's like, okay, they look like geniuses now. Pete and John look like geniuses. Well, this Sam Darnold deal, John looks like a genius right now because this couldn't. I mean, Sam's doing great. Sam's doing great because, and Ryan pointed it out. He said it's because they finally put an offensive line around him to protect Sam Darnold. This is what he could have done with the Jets. Poor Ryan and his Jets. But his point is true. His point is true. When did they finally invest in the offensive line? When they got Sam Darnold, and they've been protecting him in the past. It's been great. Now we need to see a little more run, open up some holes for the run, but the play action has worked. So I couldn't be happier with Sam Darnold's play right now. He's done an amazing job, and he's done a lot to quiet critics.
Yeah, and we'll get to the Q&A discussion later on in the show. But we do need to preview Week 7, Monday Night Football, late at night.
Man, I told you because you said, hey, you got any topics for this week? I said, yeah, I got one. All right. Monday night doubleheaders.
Here we go.
I don't. Well, I kind of want to get, after I'm done going off, I want to get your feelings on them. And Kevin, chime in in the chat. And it's almost too much. Like Monday Night Football, when it's one game, it's a special thing. It's a special thing. It's 8:00. You get home from work. You can have a brewski. You sit down. You watch the game. People invite their friends over. And I understand, okay, part of it is the Seahawks are a West Coast team. So technically for them, the doubleheader, the second game, the Seahawks game, the game that they all care about in Seattle and the surrounding areas in Washington, et cetera, Portland probably, the game starts at 7 for them. But for us on the East Coast, it's 10. The team that you're putting there, they're not going to get the ratings. It also shows you that the schedulers, they didn't think too much of the Seahawks when they put this game on because it's starting at 10 p.m. for us.
Yep.
Because we're crazy and because we love it, we're going to attempt to do a post-game show, Dan. But what are we going to do with it? What are we going to be doing at 1 a.m.? I mean, it's a realistic shot. If the game goes to OT or something, I mean, it's crazy. So Monday night doubleheaders, I think it's too much. Okay, football is starting to be diluted. All right, I loved it when it was Sunday. It's Monday. There you go. There's your NFL week. Hey, every once in a while you get a Thursday game because of Thanksgiving, or you get like a Friday game for like a special occasion. But now you got First Friday. You got the Monday night doubleheaders. And it dilutes, especially for someone that that watches Red Zone to keep up with the league. You got it. Like it dilutes the late window. The 4 o'clock window Eastern time is the one that suffers because there's less games, and it just doesn't work. I don't like it. And Kevin's got a point in the chat. He says 9 p.m. isn't peaches for me either. I understand you, Kevin, because even last week's game, and then you're forced for. Okay, maybe I'm a person that does podcasts about football, so maybe but you can't even. I was at the house, right? I'm at the house last week, and I got to watch both the games because I'm catching up. I'm from being out in Virginia. I'm like, I got to be prepped for no creds. I had the Bills game on an iPad. I had the Bears and Commanders on the big screen because I had fantasy implications. That's how I chose which game to watch, but I didn't get a great sense of either game because I just couldn't focus. It's one thing when you're watching Red Zone because they're bebopping back and forth, and Chris and Scott Hansen does a great job of like summarizing everything. But man, I just don't like it. Keep Monday Night Football an event. How much good in the ratings do the double headers even do, especially when you claim that you're looking for a younger audience? You're starting these games. These kids are in bed. Even 8 o'clock, even 8 o'clock Eastern time, you're not going to get many kids, but at least there's some kids that maybe can watch the first half, and then okay, you got to go to bed, Junior, and you'll catch up in the morning. But like these double header games, you got nothing. And I understand you're trying to cater to all time zones and everything. But I mean, 10 p.m. Eastern time or 9 p.m. Central is a ridiculous start, especially most football fans. What are they? They're either they're young or middle aged or older. And all of us got to get up and go to work in the morning. How you're putting us through this, man, these late games. I know Uncle Al, he always talks about it. He's like, man, I hate when the Giants are on Sunday Night Football because it's a late one. But, once in a while you could do it. But, I mean, 10 p.m. start is out of pocket. This is too much. Too much.
And that's being clipped. That entire 5 minutes being clipped. Right. That's going straight to YouTube.
I mean, I'm going to do it, but man, like 10 o'clock is asking a lot, and 9 p.m. is not peaches for Kevin either. But I guess in Seattle and other West Coast locations like California, everything, it's fine because it's starting at 7 p.m. But even for them, that's going to be a late night for them. They're going to have to get up. So Indeed. I don't know. I just think I don't know. It's too much. It's trying to do too much. That's my overall feelings. What are your thoughts on these double headers before we preview the actual game?
You couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, Monday Night Football was a spectacle. There was multiple times where Monday Night Football was a time to look forward to.
Yeah.
And I remember when the Saints were coming home to New Orleans for the first time since Hurricane Katrina.
That 06 game.
That was a spectacle. That's Monday Night Football. That's what it's supposed to be. What's his face? Speaking of the New Orleans Saints, when they destroyed the then 3-time world champion Patriots on Monday Night Football. When the Patriots got destroyed by Kansas City in Arrowhead that one time. Mm-hmm. That was a spectacle. That was like, oh my God, it's the fall of the dynasty of Monday Night Football. You were excited to watch great Monday Night Football. Hell, Seahawks and 49ers, that game that went to overtime.
Oh, yeah.
A number of years ago in 2019, where Russ put on an MVP-type clinic against the number 1 ranked defense in San Francisco. You'll look forward to that. Mm-hmm. And you're right. It seems that the NFL is sort of diluting what made Monday Night Football great. Now, part of that has a lot to do with ESPN.
Yeah.
Part of it has a lot to do with the parade of gas bags that is ESPN. I'm sorry. But ESPN has a lot to do with this, too, because they do have the football contract for the NFL. They do have that. They do have, by default, the Monday Night Football contract. They do. They flat out do. And while I'm not entirely opposed to this, it is kind of inconvenient when you look at it. It's severely inconvenient.
Yeah.
And that'll be my thoughts.
It is. And, I just remember, like, there's a friend of mine. We used to get together every Monday for Monday Night Football. We'd be like, all right, because with one game, you could handle it. You could be like, all right, it's probably going to end like around 11. It'll be a bit of a late night, but it'll be fine. But you could get together, have a couple pops, maybe order some wings, maybe play some cards, whatever.
Or pizza.
But yeah, whenever you're like, okay, now it's 10 p.m. Nobody's staying for that second game. Nobody even, and it's just the double headers. You never get you don't get the A-team announcing because I mean we're long removed from the days of Don Meredith and Howard Cosell and like Madden and all these, like these people that became a part of people's lives and weekly.
Yeah, that was Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
That was Monday Night Football. It's the same it's the same with wrestling to a degree because you look forward to watching Monday Night Raw for Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler.
Yes.
And now it's like, ugh, feels bland.
Yeah.
They're pushing too much. They're booking too much. They're doing too much. It's just, you're doing too much for something that was doing so well for so little. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. And you're right. I think ESPN is partially to blame. And I don't know what they're going to do if they mess with inside the NBA in any way, because they have all of them. I am not a huge, I don't follow the NBA to the degree that I follow some other sports, but if they tinker with that and they try to quote unquote ESPNify it, people will be angry. Because that to me, Kenny, Shaq, Charles, and Ernie, that's like the best NBA team in the biz.
Yeah.
And they're the ones, like, I would stay up late on Thursdays to watch them share their post-game thoughts after. And like, that's what Monday Night Football used to be. And you don't get it anymore with these multiple announced teams. And then you got the Manning cast, which, full disclosure, when the Manning cast is an option, I like to tune into it.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, like, it's lost some of the gravitas for me. It's been diluted. That's the best way I could say it. And I'll stop, because I've been going on about this for a while.
For like 7 minutes, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do need to get to the Monday Night Football game. I believe it's the first time they play Monday Night Football this season, the Seahawks.
Yes, I think so.
Against an okay Houston team. Okay,
so I'm going to preface this. I'm going to say the defense is great.
The defense is great.
Yes, the offense is what the problem is.
Will Anderson Jr. and Derek Stingley are legit.
Oh, yeah.
They are legit.
Oh, yeah.
There is no denying that. Christian Harris is also really good They got two good linebackers in that Texans defense. That secondary ain't no joke, but that pass rush is legit.
Yeah.
So Kevin's keys to the game, minus Kevin. We'll include him in this because why the heck not?
Yeah. Yes.
Pressure on CJ Stroud. Yeah. Do not, under any way, shape, or form, let him beat you. Because he can.
Yeah.
He very well can.
He's had a bit of a slump, but I think a lot of it is, I mean, they fired the offensive coordinator last year. He's learning a newish system, you know. He did have a sophomore slump. There's no way to deny that. But part of it, he got sacked a ton last year, if memory serves, and he lost some of his key targets.
Yes.
And to start this year, to defend CJ Stroud a little bit, they have not had a running game there.
No,
they have not. Joe Mixon is still out. They haven't mentioned him at all. And Nick Chubb, as much as I wanted to see Nick Chubb succeed because of everything that he's had to overcome and coming back from the injury, it looks like he just doesn't have it anymore now.
Which stings.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we're not mentioning is they traded their left tackle twice.
Yes. Why you trade Laramie Tunsil?
Well, I can defend the Tunsil trade because his contract was atrocious.
Okay.
And also because he wasn't really playing to the level of that contract in Houston at the time when they got him. When they made the trade to get him from the Dolphins, I said to myself, that is a ridiculous overpayment for an above-average left tackle. He was an above-average left tackle with the Dolphins. And I get why they were doing it, because they were protecting Deshaun Watson at the time. Yeah. Now, you traded to Washington, and you signed Cam Robinson, who you traded, by the way. You traded, and it's like, who is your left tackle? Who is your offensive line? Like, I understand the whole point, like, because we had to deal with this for years.
Oh, yeah.
With the Wilson era, where you just had Bradley Soul as your left tackle, or George Fant as a rookie as your left tackle, Reese Odiombo as your left tackle. Like, you had terrible linemen throughout Wilson's tenure with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And you're starting to see it with Stroud, so you got to get pressure in this game. You have to, because he has very capable abilities to carve you up.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, keep the Texans pass rushers from getting to Sam.
Yeah.
They are good. They're very good. Danielle Hunter is awesome. Can still do it. And Will Anderson Jr., that kid is an animal. He's an animal down there. And we're also not talking about Derek Stingley Jr., who at the time I was like, why did you sign to that much money? He's worth it. He's absolutely worth all the money in the world. And their defense as a whole in Houston is great.
Yeah.
They have a really good defense. And if you can get the pass rushers from getting to Sam Darnold, Sam's capable of carving you up. He can do it.
Yeah. Oh,
Tampa Bay was a perfect example. Tampa's got a good defense.
They do.
They have a great defense.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam just went off for 4 touchdowns and like 400 yards. He went crazy.
Yeah. No, that game, you know how on sometimes on like NFL Network they'll try to do like in the off season and they say here's like a game from last year, and then they'll do like repeats of like Red Zone. They'll be like, it's week 14 as like a preview. That's a game that I'm going to go back and rewatch. The Tampa Bay, because I wasn't around for it, but it was an offensive duel for the ages. Because I mean, Baker, we know what Baker can do at this point, and then
he might win the MVP.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, Ryan and I were making a case for Bijan Robinson because he is very instrumental to that Falcons offense, but it is not out of the question to think that Baker could do it as well. I mean,
which is crazy to think about when you watch his career where it was a few years ago.
Yeah,
with Carolina and the Rams.
And give Sam for what it's worth. Give Sam another year. If he continues to do well this year and then he does it again next year, we're gonna have to start talking about Sam in the same terms.
Oh yes, we will. And number 3, the running game has got to open up the passing game.
Please,
has got to, because other than Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter, their defensive line is not particularly great, but they can still get to you, the Texans. They can still get to you.
Yeah. And that's partially because DeMeco Ryans, much like Todd Bowles, knows how to scheme up a defense. He knows how to find a team's weakness, exploit it, and put people in positions to where there's mismatches and get through. So I couldn't agree with you more. The run game has got to improve so that there's more variety in the Seahawk offense, and Sam isn't forced to try to sling it all over. And you got to keep that defense guessing, because that defense,
big time.
That defense is the
big
strong
time
point. The strong point of the
big time
of the Texans.
Absolutely. Geez, what we got here? Also, yes, Kevin has his keys because he does. Kevin, first key, don't turn the ball over. Yeah. Running game has got to keep the pass rushers honest. True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True. Very, very true. But I don't want it to be close, but it seems like it's going to be very close. Keep Houston's offense under wraps. Yes, very true. Is the third key from Kevin.
Yeah, because they do have some weapons, especially if they start to get healthy.
Tank Dell's out too.
Yeah, Tank Dell, that's still a huge loss, and I think that's part of the reason CJ Stroud has had a bit of a down start as well too. I mean, Tank Dell, huge target for CJ Stroud. And a key to their offense. Shout out to you, Kev. But he's right. You got to keep him. You got to figure out how to keep Houston under wraps. Is there a particular player that you will be watching in this game, Dan? If you had to break it down, because I have one, and it's been kind of my season-long player under the microscope. I want to see if Byron Murphy can do it again.
I think so too.
Can he get another multi-sack game? Are we seeing the coming of the emergence of one of our draft picks here, the high draft pick, who people were already trying to, maybe label a certain B word after his first season? I think those
do it, fans. I know who you are. Don't do it. I think Devin Witherspoon has got to show up here because he's playing today. He's playing this game.
Okay, he's playing. So, yeah, he's got to. He's got to because he's got to. I hope he's fully healthy. I hope he's ready to go. But, yeah.
I hope so, too. I really do hope so. Oh, boy. We what else do we got here? We got trade targets. Yeah, why not? Let's get to the jukebox.
All right.
Why the heck not? Dustin, do you have a tune, my friend? Where's the music? There it is. All right, Dustin, what do you got?
All right. So, last time I was on and we did the jukebox, because we don't do the jukebox every show. We just kind of sprinkle it in when we feel like it. Last time I picked an older song. I picked a Tom Petty song, a little classic on you. This time I am picking a song from this year, from an album that just came out, as a matter of fact. Hey, you know how you find music in the modern age? I'm old enough, I remember hearing somebody talk about it in interviews and then going to the stores, or somebody talking about an artist that interviewed them, or maybe reading a magazine. I'm not doing that these days. What I'm doing is I'm scrolling on Instagram looking for food recipes or guitar videos, and sometimes, because the algorithm does what it does, I'll get a nice little musical preview of something, and I'll be like, oh, what was that? That sounded pretty good. And that's exactly what happened. I got this from Instagram. I went to the old Apple Music. I added it to my collection. The full album was not out at the time I did that, when I was coming back from Virginia, but it is now out. The song is Tough Luck, parentheses, Bleed Me Out. It is by the band Weekend Friends, and the album is Feels Like Hell, and the song is Bleed Me Out, parentheses, Tough Luck. Sorry, I read the parentheses part first. What am I, Kevin Sorbo? Tough Luck, Bleed Me Out. It is explicit. Do not listen to this one with your kids in the car, but it's a rockin' song, man. And if you're a fan of 90s grunge like I was, you're going to like this one. I guarantee it.
All right, so that was Dustin's Jukebox. That was a delightful time.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
Delightful indeed.
I enjoy it. I'm gonna pick something real, like off kilter for next week. I don't know.
Tie game in Seattle.
Oh man, you're watching
Raleigh's
Mariners baseball right now.
Raleigh's just homered, tie game in the eighth inning.
Oh man,
man,
yeah. Because they dropped the last two to the Jays, right?
They dropped the last two at home to the Blue Jays, yes.
Oh, man.
Series is tied at 2, yes. Oh, wow. Baseball. Delightful. Yes. Raleigh's win the MVP, right?
I think he's going to, yes.
He's got to.
Yes.
He's got to.
As we've discussed before, it's because of his position. If he didn't play catcher, Judge might have a shot, but he plays catcher. So
different story. So we will get to trade targets in a matter of seconds. Yes, Kevin, I know the Dodgers are sweeping Milwaukee.
I mean, I hope not. Okay. I want Milwaukee to make it a series.
Lockout's happening.
I hope not.
A lockout is happening.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because I'm sorry. I'm going to throw the Dodgers in this reason here, because Kevin has been very vocal on the whole baseball does not need a salary cap, they need a salary floor. He's been very vocal with that. And there's been a lot of people that have agreed with me. Brent, perfect example of 1420 Sports, has said the same thing.
He knows a thing or two about baseball as well.
That man is belly up's baseball guy. So he is. And he has said very clearly, baseball does not need a salary cap. They need a salary floor. The Dodgers, the Mets, the Yankees, and to a degree the Red Sox are a perfect example. Because you can't have teams like the Dodgers and the Mets spend $500 million a year on players and keep getting away with this. Milwaukee's really good. They're really good. They're not better than the Dodgers because the Dodgers have been spending too much freaking money. I'm sorry. It's the fact of reality. If the Mariners had the Dodgers' entire payroll, they'd be doing the same thing. They would be. They would be. You can't tell me otherwise. But we will get to the trade targets in a matter of seconds. We do need to get to break because, as we know, Dustin, this show is not free. So, be right back. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
I did
That's
just
right, ladies.
that.
Yeah, there you go.
On my hikes in Virginia, I did just that.
Delightful. Use the promo code BELLYUP for 15% off your order at RighteousFelonBeefJerky.com for various flavors of jerky. Thanks to our friends at Righteous Felon for sponsoring Belly Up and all other podcasts on this network. Dustin, yes, we have Seahawks trade discussions.
Ooh.
So I created a 10 targets for the Seahawks to go after. I will give a hint. 3 of them are former Seahawks. 2 of them, actually. 2 of them. So for some reason, my note section on my Mac is not transferring to here. But there are 2 players.
Okay.
On these 10 players are former Seahawks. We'll go from 10 and to 1. So, oh, for God's sakes. Never mind Kevin's anti-Yankees propaganda. I knew he would show up eventually.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the up.
Anyway, we
Hi,
have
Ryan.
some... Hi, Ryan. Hi, buddy. We have some Seahawks trade targets we got to go after. So how this is going to go is I'm going to give you 10 to 1.
Okay.
From
All right.
least like from 10 players, and you're going to give your thoughts.
All right.
So number 10 is the first of the 2 former Seahawks. Is current Miami Dolphins linebacker Jordan Brooks.
Okay. So Jordan Brooks was decent, if I remember, when he was in Seattle.
Yes.
But I think were there some problems? I can't remember if there was off-field problems. It's been a little bit.
There wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I might have been thinking of another player. But when they brought in other players, Jordan Brooks became, they didn't really. There was no room on the roster for him in Seattle. I would not be angry if they brought him back. However, I am just afraid of any player from the Dolphins defense because the Dolphins defense has looked so bad.
Oh,
this
you're
year,
going to hate the next one then.
Specifically against the run. But Jordan Brooks, I wouldn't hate this if they made a deal to bring him back.
Next one is number 9, Dolphins running back Devon Achane.
No, love this one. I mean, as much as I'm a Kenneth Walker fan. I have been for a long time. I wish
Kevin.
I wish that they would just, no disrespect to Zach Charbonnet, but I wish they would just let Walker try the full-time role and see what happens, because I think, to my untrained eye, he looks more dynamic than Charbonnet. He brings a different dimension than Charbonnet when he is out there. However, K9's health has always been a problem. Devon Achane has looked unbelievable for the Dolphins this year. I would love, and also he's been catching the heck out of the ball in the backfield.
He's a great receiver.
I would love Devon Achane to be in here. He'd be one of my number 1 targets if it's realistic. I mean, would you do a Achane for Walker swap? Would the Dolphins do that?
Yes. Yes, yeah. I would.
I would do it. I would do it. I don't know that the Dolphins would, though.
Yeah. Chris Kerr is he's a dummy of a GM, but I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself on that one. Number 8 from the Tennessee Titans, former Seahawk wide receiver Tyler Lockett.
This one, I don't know how much Tyler has left, but Tyler, bringing back one of my favorite Seahawks and just someone that was universally beloved. I think you make this deal. If there's an opportunity there, make this deal. Bring Tyler back. See what he has left. I mean, they brought Shaq Griffin back.
Yeah.
Bring Tyler back. I would love this because I think, no disrespect, but I think Tyler, part of the reason is you got a rookie quarterback in Tennessee. You don't have much of an offensive line. You don't have much of anything in Tennessee.
And they just fired their coach too.
Yeah. So bring Tyler Lockett back. If it's a realistic possibility, I would love this. It'd be a great homecoming. It'd be like when they brought Bobby Wagner back. It just makes sense.
It does make sense. Number 7 from the Miami Dolphins, linebacker and pass rusher, Bradley Chubb.
Bradley Chubb, I would like this a lot because Bradley Chubb, I think, is still good. I still think he's got a lot in the tank. I agree with you here with your ranking. I would take him over Jordan Brooks. Sorry, Jordan.
He's also really good against the run.
Yeah, he's a run. He's a run stuffer.
He is. He's really good as a pass rusher too. We have 2 Jets on here. Sorry, Ryan. Number 6 from the New York Jets, defensive lineman Quinnen Williams.
I don't think they get rid of Quinnen. I don't think this one happens. This one's not a realistic. I think the Jets will probably want to keep. Well, I don't know. I don't know. See, I think this one's unrealistic. I don't think the Jets would want to part with him yet. But if they're looking for a ton of draft picks back, Quinnen Williams is how you get him. But yeah, he would be. I mean, I would love. I've seen a bit of Quinnen Williams, and Ryan has been talking up his guy QW on the show. So
all right, I can sense Ryan. Oh, there's Deez. How you doing?
How are you? Good to see you.
From the New York Jets, defensive end at number 5, Jermaine Johnson.
This one, maybe. I mean, I don't know enough about.
This is more realistic.
Yes, that's about what I was going to say. This one could happen. The Jets are reportedly going to be shopping talent at the trade deadline. If you know, because I mean, they're 0-6. So they're going to be shopping. Highly likely, there's been articles out there saying that they're going to be shopping talent. This one's a realistic one, and hey, pass rush seems to be working out okay so far for the Seahawks this year, but why not add more? This guy is a talent for sure. And like I said, unlike Quinnen Williams, I think this one could actually happen.
All right. Number 4, 2 Saints are on here.
All
the
right.
first of 2 consecutive Saints picks. Number 4 from the New Orleans Saints, middle linebacker, Demario Davis.
Okay. Demario Davis, I wouldn't mind this either.
No.
I haven't watched enough of Saints games, so I can't sit here and say that I know a ton about the player. I just know he's one of the bright spots for a Saints team that fights hard this year. You got to give him credit for that. But again, isn't he younger?
He's 36.
Oh, okay. So oh my goodness. So yes, this could happen because I don't think he's not going to want to stick around for a rebuild. And this is
and he's a leader too. That's the other thing. He can play inside. He can play outside. He can play Mike too. But I think he'd fit great opposite Ernest Jones. This has been thrown around here a few times among Seahawk Twitter. The likelihood of the Saints blowing it up and say trade everyone is very likely to happen, which brings us to the first of our 3 big game hunters, of our big fish in the small pond here. Number 3 from the aforementioned New Orleans Saints, wide receiver Chris Olave.
Oh man, I would love this. You put him on the other side because hey, we all know. We wanted Cooper Kupp to work out, and maybe it still has time to do so. But if Olave comes in, okay, you got Njigba on the one side, you got Olave on the other, and then you put Cooper in the slot. That's a pretty dang good receiving core right there. I would love this, but I don't think Do you think Olave?
It's going
What's
to
it?
be a
Is
lot.
Olave? Yeah, he would command a lot, and also Olave. I'm trying to remember. Is it his third season in the NFL?
I think it's his fourth season.
Oh, okay. You could be right. If it's his fourth season, it's a little more realistic. You got to wonder how much Kellen Moore and the GM down there want to blow up that roster and start putting their imprints on it.
Suarez just homered to right. 4 runs, a grand slam by the Mariners. Polanco scored. Naylor scored. Arozarena scored. Wow! Mariners current lead 6-2.
I loved it, and it's safe to say, little baseball aside, I think Arozarena found his footing in Seattle after.
Yeah, he did. He was from Tampa.
He scuffled when they acquired him from Tampa somewhat. He scuffled a little bit, but he's found it now. He's found it.
Number 2 from the Cincinnati Bengals, the obvious one, Trey Hendrickson.
I just don't think this happens. I don't think so either. Oh, this is almost as unrealistic as Quinnen Williams would be, because I just feel like with so much of he left and then he came back, he ended his holdout. They agreed to a contract. I forget how long the contract is, but I don't think it, or did he accept the franchise tag? I can't remember what happened.
The only reason you do this is because Boy Mafe has not had the greatest of years so far.
That's true.
If you include him in the deal, you might be able to sweeten the Bengals up because he's a young pass rusher. Hendrickson gets the headache of him off the Bengals' rear ends.
Yeah. But
you also solidify that pass rush to be lethal.
Yeah, I mean, that would be ridiculous, but to me, that's a pie in the sky. That's a dream. I just don't think it'll happen. And Kevin saying in the chat, Trey won't happen after the Bengals won last night.
Correct.
That's true. The Bengals actually, because of where the rest of the division is, I mean, the Ravens are 1-5.
Unbelievable the fact that Baltimore's 1-5.
The Browns are the Browns, and they thought so little of Joe Flacco that they traded him in the division to the Bengals. If Joe Flacco can right the ship,
we'll get to that.
We will. If he can right the ship, the Bengals have a shot when Burrow comes back. So,
all right, number 1, and I need you to hear me out on this one.
All right,
because he's a former All-Pro.
Okay,
he's a multiple time All-Pro. Was with the Bills for a couple years, was then traded to this specific AFC North team. He was also rated as Pro Football Focus's number 1 rated guard for a number of years.
Okay.
Browns guard Wyatt Teller at number 1. Hear me out.
No, okay? I'm hearing you out.
Kevin is here to defend me with this. I know he's going to defend me with this. Anthony Bradford has not looked good. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Bradford. But Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong. He's in the chat. I know he's watching. Has Wyatt Teller not been the best guard in the NFL for the last 4 years? He has been. He's been unbelievable. When the Browns went to the playoffs with Baker Mayfield that 1 year, their offensive line was Jedrick Wills, Joe Patonio, I think Ethan Posick was in there somewhere. Wyatt Teller, and then they also had Jack Conklin at right tackle. That offensive line was stupid. And Wyatt Teller was a big reason why. Because he was unbelievable at right guard. That's the big one here, because Zabel has been great as advertised at left guard as a rookie. Charles Cross has been good. He's been solid.
Yeah.
Jalen Sundell, say what you want. He's been okay at center. He's been manageable at center. Anthony Bradford's the one elephant in the room that's been like Abe Lucas. He's been great as advertised. He's looked great from his knee injuries. Anthony Bradford, every time I see this guy block, I'm like, where are you going? Where are you going? Because he turns his butt one way, his back the other way, and all of a sudden he's in space. Where is he going?
Yeah. You've been on this. You've been talking about this. You've been right. So I'll tell you what I told you in our Seahawks chat. I must confess, I have not seen enough of the Browns to know about their offensive line. However, Quinshon Judkins has been running well, and when
Yes.
you're running well, part of that is on Judkins. Okay, he's got some talent, obviously,
He does have talent.
but that offensive line is opening up holes for him.
They got
And,
two great guards. They got
yeah.
two great guards, and Joe Petonio and Wyatt Teller. Teller would be the cheaper one because I think he's got 2 years left on his current contract.
Okay,
Yeah, there you go. Bradford has let me down after I praised him befable the season. Unbelievable describes him excellently. Yes, Wyatt Teller. Yes, Wyatt Teller is that good of a guard.
Mhm.
He's that good, and the Browns are 1-5. They're
Yeah.
going to trade people. They're
Yeah.
going to do it, and you're seeing a lot more teams start to realize, okay, let's prepare for the next season. Let's see what we can get for these players. I guarantee you, if the Browns put Wyatt Teller on the market, teams are going. Half the league's going to call. He's that good of a guard. He's that good. And that solidifies your offensive line big time. Two players are who out of these 10 players, which two do you think are more likely to happen?
Okay. I would say for the case that you just laid out, if they could Teller could be a realistic target. So he would be one for me. Olave, I really don't think so. I'm trying to go through the list.
I think
And
Demario
then-
Davis
and then-
would happen too.
And then supposedly there's real smoke to the A-Chan.
There's real smoke there.
So I'm going to say that one because they need to do something in the running game.
They have to.
But and I hate to say that because I love K9 and Charbonnet does bring a physical component that he has brought in the past, but it's not working. And if anything, the marriage of John Schneider and Mike McDonald has proved they will adjust.
They will.
So I
They
think
will.
I think it's A-Chain and it's Wyatt Teller for me. Those are
I
the
agree
two.
with you. I
The
agree
Tyler
with you.
Lockett one, I could see them definitely doing if there's mutual interest there, just to have them back in the fold, just for
Yes.
some veteran leadership.
Agreed. And the other thing we're not even mentioning here is Devon Achan is bleeping fast.
He is fast.
He's fast, which you need a game breaker at running back. They haven't had a game breaker at running back since Beast Mode.
no,
They haven't.
no,
They haven't.
I mean, Chris Carson would.
Carson. Okay.
I would
can
not
defend Chris
classify.
Carson.
Yeah, I would not classify Chris Carson as a game breaker. However, Chris Carson, very consistent runner for sure.
Rashad Penny also for a hot minute too went for
Yeah.
like 3 games of 500 yards.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
it was, and then he was a healthy scratch for the Philadelphia Eagles for the entire season. Man,
Unbelievable. But I'm gonna go offense and defense here.
okay,
I'm gonna go Wyatt Teller because your offensive line will be solidified at that point. And I think you got to see what you still have with Kenneth Walker.
okay.
And I'm gonna go with Demario Davis for defense.
All right. That's a good one too, because you laid out the case well for him. And if he's 36 years old, the Saints have no reason to hang on to him.
No.
And he's not going to want to be there for the rebuild under
No.
Kellen Moore.
He's also really good as an inside linebacker. He's really good. Like Ryan can attest to this too. He was a former Jets draft pick. He played with the Jets for a while. Ryan, enter the room, please. Demario Davis, really good linebacker, right? For the Jets, he was. I remember him. It was him. What was it? 2015. Him, David Harris, Calvin Pace, and I think Lorenzo Malden. The 2015 Jets linebacking core.
Oh man,
They were really good. They were solid. for that Jets
sometimes,
team.
man, sometimes, and Kevin can do this too. I could do it every once in a while, but that's why I made the NWO comparisons I made last time. But like you guys, sometimes you pull out like the 2015 Jets linebacking core. How's that in there? How's that in there?
I don't know. I do remember the last time 4 linebackers in the same core made all pro teams was the 2012 San Francisco 49ers.
Oh man.
Ahmad Brooks, Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, and Alden Smith. All four of them.
I
made
mean,
the
all of
All-Pro
those
roster.
guys, all of those guys are unbelievable. And didn't Alden Smith end up going to the Raiders? I don't think that worked out. After
He went to the Raiders. He went to the Cowboys. He was in Seattle for a hot minute.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Ahmad
about that.
Brooks was a solid edge linebacker
Oh yeah,
for a long time too. And then I believe Patrick Willis just got elected to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean that's deserved. Patrick Willis was a terror, man.
Yeah.
Talk about, remember a middle linebacker from back in
There we go. There
Oh,
we
yeah.
go. There we go, D's. Yeah, Demario Davis is a good linebacker. He needs to go to a real potential Super Bowl team because he doesn't have it. He doesn't. He's 36 years old.
Yeah.
And then he's got a reasonable contract. What I'd last checked with the Saints.
Okay.
He really does. And then you got two veterans on that team with Demario Davis and Wyatt Teller.
Yeah.
Two reasonable options for the team. They really do, because Mariners take a 3-2 lead in the series.
I love
Anyway.
this, man. Real-time Mariner updates right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've been so into this team for the last 3 years.
You deserve
It's been
it.
awesome.
You deserve
It's
it,
awesome.
man. All the Mariners fans. I was so happy for Mariners fans. You know, I got to check in with my brother-in-law. He's a Mariners fan, which sometimes I forget because it surprises me. But he's a Jets Mariners fan.
Did you hear that crowd for Game 5 of the DLCS?
It was crazy, but also you could see the emotion on their faces when they realized they were going to go. It was good to watch, you know.
That's 24 years of pain thrown out the window.
Yeah.
That's 24 years of pain thrown out the window.
No, and I remember feeling that way for Cubs fans a few years ago.
Oh my God.
When they finally won, I was like, hey, good on.
They finally did it. They finally did. Oh, you're muted. Fix your mic. Fix it, please. Unmute yourself.
Mutant.
Hold. Go back. There you go.
Got it.
There you go.
It was one of my cords got jostled, and then StreamYard had a bunch to say to me.
Oh, delightful. I was bummed after the last two games. Glad to see him get back at it tonight. Yes, Kevin, we are. We have to get to one more quick break before we get to time to Q&A. With that being said, let's hit it from our friend Ryan himself over No Credits Required from our friends at SeatGeek. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
That's right, ladies and gents. Use the promo code BellyUpSports in all caps to get $20 off first purchase at SeatGeek.com or the SeatGeek app. And I am sobered up. I feel it too. I feel great. In a good way.
You look right as Raid now.
I look like a refreshed man.
No, I'll do it. See, for next show, I'll do it in reverse. I'll look great at the beginning, and then our next show is going to be the post-game show at 1 a.m.
Unbelievable. All right. So, oh boy, here we go. So we debuted here on Time to BS a new segment called Time to Q&A, where what it is I have written down a bunch of questions that we get to answer, comment, or blah, blah, blah. Questions, debates, comments, concerns, blah, blah, blah. And we'll just go off and have a good time and stuff like that. So I highly suggest you check out episode 270 of Time to BS towards the end of the show so you can hear Time to Q&A for the first time. And I like it because it opens things up a little bit. So get to debate question. Time to Q&A number 1 is Jackson Smith and Jigba better than former great Doug Baldwin? Off to a great start, boys.
This one is tough for me because a lot of people loved Angry Doug.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you're muted again. Hold on. Dang it, Dustin. Technical difficulties.
I
There you
know.
go.
No, I think I got to check one of my cords or something. All right. So this one is tough. It is early to say this. It is early to say this. Doug Baldwin was a clutch. He just always seemed to come up with a big catch when we needed it. However, I would not call Doug Baldwin a number one, undisputed number one wideout. And right now, Jackson Smith-Njigba is playing like one. So I'm going to say it's early, but I think early returns suggest yes, he is. Because Doug Baldwin, while he and Russ just seem to have a knack for finding each other, and nobody played angrier than Doug. I love the physicality he brought to the game. One could argue that that Jermaine Kearse was also that way with Russell Wilson, minus the physicality. But Russ always seemed to find Jermaine Kearse. But nobody's out here saying, I mean, to me, Jackson Smith-Njigba is the undisputed number one. He's who you have to worry about.
Yes.
On the teams with Doug Baldwin, there were multiple other people you had to worry about in that passing attack. So it pains me, but yes.
It wasn't even that. It was how many times did the Seahawks have had a top 10 offense?
Yeah.
It's rare with
It
Doug
is.
Baldwin. He was there.
Yeah.
It was rare.
And that wasn't the team identity either. It was it was defense, and then Marshawn's going to smash you, and then Russ is going to do some circus running around and find Jermaine Kearse in the back of the end zone. That was the offense.
That was the offense, which was inconsistent as all hell. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Number two for time to Q&A. Where are your hopes for the NFL's current number one ranked Seattle defense? This is good, isn't it?
Yeah. I think they're sky high because I think the defense, like I said at the beginning of the show, I don't think any of us expected. We knew that Mike McDonald was going to rebuild the defense. We had faith that he was going to figure it out, and he was going to start to bring the defense back to prominence. When they finished 14th last year, we said, "Hey, we got a realistic shot at being in the top 10 next year, and maybe a couple years we'll really have something." I think it's arrived early, and I think that he and John Schneider as a duo have shown a propensity for making the right moves. Because I would say that Lawrence has worked out early returns. Lawrence has worked out a couple injuries, but he's provided some. You know, a lot of people were questioning that signing from the Cowboys, but they seem to figure it out, and the hopes. As some of the younger players, hopefully Spoon comes back fully healthy, and some of the younger players continue to develop. And if they can continue to make acquisitions like Leonard Williams and Ernest Jones and things like that, my hopes are sky high. Defense is going to be the identity for this team, and I mean they're sky high. I hope it results in a deep playoff run.
They have a very good opportunity to be one of the best defenses in franchise history.
I mean,
they have a very good shot.
I didn't want to put that on them, but yeah, I mean,
by the way they're playing Dustin, like how long have we craved great defensive football from this team?
Since the LOB left. Since the LOB left and got broken up because I'll be honest, I don't know how you feel as a Seahawk fan, Dan, but early in the Carroll era, when the LOB came together and everything started working out, I just assumed, okay, even if the team's playing a little behind right now, the defense is going to shut the other team down. We're going to get the ball back, and eventually we're going to score.
The 2011 team, right?
Yeah. Well, the 2011 team, and the 2012 and everything, like it started. You're like, okay, eventually, like especially like 2013, you're just like, yeah, they're gonna
The Super Bowl team, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to break the game open. This is one of the best defenses you've ever seen. But that whole run leading up to it, you're right. Like that starting in 2011, I just started to assume, okay, the defense is going to find a way to win us this game no matter what the offense does. And since from about 2014 on, we never got that. We never got that.
Number 3. This will be a fun one. More of a genius as of right now. Former coach Pete Carroll or John Schneider?
Oh, come on. I see what you're doing here. I see what you're
I like
doing.
to have fun.
You're like
okay, so all right. So I can defend Pete because there was a lot of moves that he made that made it seem like, okay, this was a brilliant decision.
Mm-hmm.
Making Jermaine Kearse your number 2 at receiver when he was an undrafted, making a bunch of these undrafted guys that they took, were like, and a lot of the free agency decisions that you thought, okay, this is a weird move, like Cliff Averill.
Cliff Averill was a great. Yeah.
Cliff Averill at the time was like the relative unknown from Detroit, and people forget he was 3rd all time in NFL history at that point with strip sacks. Behind, I think it was Dwight Freeney was up there for a minute. Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis were up there too because they were so good with the Colts. And Michael Bennett on a 1-year contract.
Oh man, the Bennett contract, man. Him doing that belly dance and then riding the bike around the stadium.
So good.
I mean, the Bennett move is one of the best moves.
So good. But you saw these moves that are like, where did this come from? Brendan Browner.
Yeah.
But then as the Carroll years that went on, you started to see the luck wear out. And Schneider has taken advantage of it and go, hey, let's go take advantage of what we have. Let's build on this and let's make some adjustments along the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to take John on this one.
It's tough to do because I'll always take my hat off to Pete Carroll for what he did for this team. I've been very vocal about that, but I think I have to agree with you because let's not forget, we don't know exactly how much input he had, but John was there for all of Pete's moves. And now Pete is gone. And they seem to still be making some right moves.
Correct.
So, I mean, they both had misses. Both of them missed on the Jamal Adams trade.
The Jimmy Graham deal.
Both of them missed on the Jimmy Graham deal. Both of them, Percy Harvin, the headaches had something to do with it and the locker room problems. But, we all remember that return starting the half of the Super Bowl there in the second half.
Of course.
But yeah, so, I mean, they both have had some misses, but, I mean, I don't think what makes it hard, I'm taking John in this one, but what makes it hard is how much of the Raiders' current woes do you put at Pete's feet? Because I don't put a lot of it. Now, part of it is on him because he's not adjusting. He's doing what he did in Seattle. He's not. But I don't think Geno's downturn was foreseen by anybody to this degree. And how much is Chip Kelly to blame for
I don't know. Because the Raiders' defense at the same point has not been good.
No, they haven't. That you can't argue with. That you cannot argue with. And who's calling the defense for that team? Is
Patrick Graham?
Okay, but where? Because isn't his son on the team somewhere? Pete's son, Brandon,
the offensive line coach. Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. I knew he was on the team somewhere, but yeah,
of course he was.
Which the offensive line that hasn't been great for the Raiders. So
anyway, number 4 has Coach Mike Macdonald earned Coach of the Year discussions.
I think so.
Yes,
I think so.
Agreed.
I mean, we know how good he is because of what he did last year when nobody expected anything. But it's one of those things. I think as a fan of the Seahawks, we always feel like our team is the forgotten one. Was part of my Monday Night Football rant bitter because the game is starting at 10? Yeah. Even when the Seahawks were in their prime, those Pete Carroll LOB years where they were must-watch football, and people started to say they were sick of the Seahawks, which was just weird for me. But it's like they were in prime time, but it was always kind of like, yeah, we have to put them in there. But I don't think the rest of the football watching country realizes how much of an overhaul Mike Macdonald has done in such a short amount of time.
Unbelievable.
And picking the players, and again, John deserves credit for this too, but getting rosters of players that he knows are going to understand his system and implement it and get it going, and finding and identifying when they've made mistakes. That's huge. That's
huge.
And I think we can all argue that early returns on the Grubb firing, Macdonald was right to do it.
Yeah, which we were both against it, weirdly enough, for some reason.
Yeah.
But we have been proven wrong so far. Not like our opinion matters or anything, but anyway.
No.
Last one of the time to Q&A discussion before we move on to BS of the week. Has Sam Darnold played himself into MVP consideration?
I don't think MVP consideration because of what other people are doing in the league.
Baker Mayfield.
The Baker. And also, like I said, Ryan and I made a legitimate argument for Bijan Robinson at MVP. And I just don't think Sam has played very well. Sam has played very, very well. But you know, the detractors of Sam, because they're always going to be out there, they're always going to be there, is how much is JSN? How much is JSN getting open and assisting Sam? You know, it's
He's
always
getting stupid open.
Yeah, it's so. How much does that inflate Sam's numbers? You know, how much of it is Sam throws a little pass and then somebody takes it and does it with it and goes to the house with it, a 60-yard run. But a lot of Sam's passes, Sam has unlocked the deep ball for the Seahawks, man.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think he's in MVP consideration.
If the Seahawks had beaten Tampa Bay, he'd be in the discussion. Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd have to start thinking about it.
Oh, Dustin, are you ready for our one of our favorite segments on this show?
I am, yeah.
All right. Cue the music. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BS of the Week. One of our favorite segments here on the Time to BS programming. This week's edition of BS of the Week, we have to go all the way up north to the factory of sadness themselves, the Cleveland Browns. Good God. Just, all you need to do if you want to feel the pain that Browns fans are feeling right now, there's a clip going around. I will find it. I'm sure our friends at U Stadium have it because of course they do. There is a Cleveland radio host for ESPN Cleveland that ripped apart the Browns management, ownership, Jimmy Haslam, Andrew Barry, Kevin Stefanski, the coaching staff, everything, because of Joe Flacco. The fact that Joe Flacco is making the Browns fan base crash out in ways I haven't seen since the days of Johnny Manziel is hysterical to me. Hilarious. Because keep in mind here, this is a franchise that went 0-16. Yeah. Not that long ago.
Yeah.
Not that long ago, keep in mind here. And drafted Baker Mayfield only to piss him off.
Yes.
When you trade for Deshaun Watson. Look how that turned out. Drafted Johnny Manziel because publicity reasons when he was no better than a third-round pick. I'm sorry, but he was. But I feel bad for Browns fans because they deserve so much better.
They do.
I really, really do. And, you know, I can speak for myself as an Islander fan. The Islanders fans have been through so much BS for dang near 30 years. And they're the perennial punching bag of the NHL for 2 decades. The Browns have been the punching bag of the NFL for what feels like 40 years.
Since they came back in 99, they haven't got it right. with the exception of 1 year of the playoffs with Baker Mayfield.
Kevin Stefanski has to stop embarrassing against Kevin's. That's a great toy. That's a great tweet, Kevin. That is awesome.
No, but it's true. Here's the thing. I feel so bad for the Browns fans because since 1999 they haven't gotten it right. And even when their draft picks hit, remember when Trent Richardson looked like he was going to be awesome?
And they traded him away.
He was for like a year and a half, and then the wheels fell off real bad
because he got traded to the Colts.
And well, he also, people were saying he came in out of shape, a lot of things, all those things.
Also, where's Dees? I know she's going to enter this room because she's an Alabama fan, and Trent Richardson was a great Alabama running back.
He was. There's no denying that.
He was.
Richardson, Henry, they had a string of running backs for a while.
TJ Yeldon.
Yeah. Oh man, TJ Yeldon. I thought he was
so good.
I thought he was going to be such a thing in Jacksonville, but the Browns, no matter what happens, because who remembers Josh Gordon when Josh Gordon looked like a star for the Browns?
Back-to-back 200-yard receiving games.
And then
only time in NFL history has ever happened.
Yeah, and he just couldn't get it under control. Now that's off the field stuff. That you can't put that on the Browns, but it's just stuff like this happens. And let's not forget, they didn't just eschew lightly Baker Mayfield to trade for Deshaun Watson.
They pissed him off.
They ran him out of town on a rail after he took them to the playoffs because they were, quote unquote, afraid of his shoulder injury. Well, shoulder looks fine to me.
Okay. Baker Mayfield kind of did to himself at that time with the shoulder injury because he did play through a shoulder and a broken shoulder. In Cleveland. And you're right. The Browns ran him out of town after he won them their first playoff game since, I believe, the 80s.
Yeah.
No, 97 with Belichick. Belichick won the whole playoff
Belichick
game
was like 95, I would
95.
Say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, it's like there's my exact point because Cleveland deserves so much good because that's a great football city. That's a great sports town.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
It is.
They really are. And that fan base is devoted. But good God, I don't know if it's a Haslam thing or the fact that they just have terrible luck.
No, I think it's a combination of both because it's gone beyond Haslam. It was before Haslam. It was before it just has been bad. And no matter who they brought in, they even brought Mike Holmgren in to be their football czar. Remember that? That didn't work out either. They're drafting Brady Quinn and Braylon Edwards to be their, it didn't work. Nothing has worked for the Browns. I feel so bad for them. But this latest thing, you trade Joe Flacco and
Cincinnati.
Yeah. Interdivision. That never happens, let alone a quarterback.
By the way, let's not downplay the Battle of Ohio because that's a great rivalry. People forget how much of a bloodbath hatred these teams had for each other in the 80s.
They
hated each other.
And it stems because the Browns, the Browns, Art Modell took, he fired Paul Brown. And Paul Brown went and started the Bengals because he used the colors.
The 60s,
he used everything. And I remember watching A Football Life on Paul Brown, and his wife said to his dying day, he said, they took my football team away from me. Yeah. The whole reason the Bengals exist is because Art Modell fired Paul Brown.
Unbelievable. That is the reason Cincinnati existed. That is the reason why the Bengals' home stadium for a number of years has been Paul Brown Stadium.
Yeah.
Seriously. That's the reason.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know NFL history at that time, the Cleveland Browns won, 7 championships in the 1950s and 60s?
In the pre-Super Bowl era, yes.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns were the talk of the NFL for what felt like 4 decades. Don't believe me? Otto Graham won 7 titles in 10 years. That's a great NFL history lore, by the way. Just look at the pre-60s Browns. Go from the 60s backwards.
Yeah.
About the Cleveland Browns, the late great Jim Brown. That's all you need to know of how good they were throughout the 1950s and 60s. They were so good.
Yeah.
And the fact that they have not been able to get to that point from Red Right 88 going forward is embarrassing.
No,
Embarrassing and just terrible. But yeah, the whole reason this came up was because of the Joe Flacco discussion with Cincinnati.
This is unbelievable. And shout out to whoever. Shout out as a 42-year-old man, I can say this, but shout out to whoever called last night's matchup between Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco at QB, the Icy Hot Bowl. Shout out to you, because I can't remember who did that, but that was pretty funny. But Joe Flacco, man, we were saying in the Patreon exclusive green room, subscribe, time to BS.
Onlyfans.com/smooth.
There you go. I couldn't remember your fake URL. But man, we were talking about it in the green room. If Joe Flacco starts winning games for the Cincinnati Bengals,
unbelievable,
and gives them a chance at the playoffs when Joe Burrow returns, he will have played himself into another contract next year. Someone will sign him.
Unbelievable. Watch it be the Ravens.
Oh man,
that'd be
homecoming
hysterical.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Hell, save John Harbaugh's job.
Yeah, I don't know.
Be honest here.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a bad situation. Just okay. If you want to laugh, Seahawk fans, look at Ravens Twitter the last 6 to 8 months. It's been nothing short of hysterical because they're crying their rear ends off at how much they wanted Mike McDonald back and John Harbaugh to be fired for Mike McDonald. It's the funniest thing you will see all day. It's so funny. By the way, I sent you and Kevin the video of the Cleveland radio host just going complete AWOL on the team. It's funny. It's so funny. But we got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Final thoughts to close up shop for the day, Dustin?
I don't really have any, man. It's been fun as usual. Glad I could help you sober up.
Yeah. The fact that I sobered up in this whole thing, it took me an hour and a half to sober up, is quite funny.
We made it.
But we did. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the deal. Be sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts, however you're watching, however you're listening. My name is wow, I did it backwards. Dustin's coming to you from the capital region of Albany, New York. Pardon, no credentials required. I'm Dan Cruz. I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York, and we will see you all in this life and most certainly the next one. Cheers, everyone. Have a good night.